प्रॉब्लम सबके आती हैं, हम प्रॉब्लम को लेके फंस नहीं करते कभी भी, दोनों ही। ये प्रॉब्लम है,
राय का पहाड़ बनाना बेसिकली।
यस। बेटे का जब पता लगा, सो देयर वर मल्टीपल पीपल टेलिंग अस समथिंग कि ये सोल्यूशन है, कोई मेडिकेशन भी बता रहा था, कोई थेरेपी बता रहा है, कोई कुछ बता रहा है, कोई कुछ बता रहा है, ठीक है।
थोड़ा सा डिनाइल वाला मूड आता है। हम लोगों को भी लगा था,
हमारे भी डिनाइल आया था
जब हमें बोला था कि आप साइकेट्रिस्ट को दिखाओ, तो हमारे दिमाग में भी आता है हमारा बच्चा पागल थोड़ी है।
इंडिया में क्या होता है, ये पूजा कर लो या ये चीज कर लो, वो चीज कर लो, बड़े बुजुर्ग ये बोलेंगे। व्हेन वी केम टू नो अबाउट दिस थिंग, हमें इसका आइडिया ही नहीं था व्हाट एग्जैक्टली इट इज।
यूजुअली द पेरेंट्स स्टार्ट ऑफ, अरे कुछ दही चटाओ, ये निप्पल की बोतल से पिलाओगे तो मुंह अंदर से हो जाएगा, तो बोल नहीं पाएगा बच्चा।
कबूतर का या पता नहीं किसकी चोंच का लगा हुआ पानी पिलाना,
एवरी क्रैप दैट यू कैन थिंक ऑफ,
इस भगवान के दर्शन कर
सब बोल रहे हैं। एंड आई am one person who will tell you on your face, I'm
तुमने
not going to do
मांगी
this
है,
shit.
पूरी कर लो,
टोटके कर लो, ये कर लो, वो कर लो। We were like, भाई पहले let's get him checked. What exactly was he diagnosed with?
He was not exactly diagnosed with anything specific, but उसका था कि extreme ADHD and autism के thin line पे था, so they could not decide actually he is autistic or he is just ADHD. आप बात करोगे वो उसका ऐसे रहता था या यहाँ रहेगा या वहाँ रहेगा, समझने लाइन था।
People tend to think कि हमारा बच्चा गाड़ियाँ लाइन में लगा रहा है, कितना इंटेलिजेंट बच्चा है।
पहले उसे गाड़ियाँ पसंद है,
देखो उसको लाइन में लगानी आती हैं गाड़ियाँ,
ठीक है।
जो आज तक पार्किंग देखने नहीं गया, वो गाड़ियाँ लाइन में लगा रहा है। 90% of my salary was going into therapy. Sometimes acceptance is the biggest solution of everything.
Yes.
Denial becomes a problem. There was a condition where, health-wise you had to face a challenge. Can you please share that?
500 meters भी मुश्किल से चला जा रहा था, and I was अंदर से ऐसे रोना छूट रहा था कि कब पूरा कर पाऊंगी, ये पूरा सर्कल जो है मेरा राउंड का आज का खत्म क्यों नहीं हो रहा।
We got the diagnosis report and it was positive. She wants to be independent from the day one. She has been like that till now and she's going to be like that forever. Yes. That's the reason she's my last name is not added to her last name. Post coming from my shift. I'm working, okay. Post coming from my shift, I used to sleep for an hour or so. And sometimes if I used to get late from office, I used to come home, get freshen up, change, and used to drive for close to 45 minutes one side. Then I used to take those sessions. It used to take close to 2 hours. Then coming back from there, and then rest evening classes we had. Dance classes in Core City itself. So and then after getting fresh, having dinner, go back to office. That's what we schedule. So
Typically, you were sleeping for
3 hours, 4 hours max.
that's too little. And this continued for how long? How many months?
2 years, good
2 years.
2.5 years, yes.
2.5 years. You were on sleep for 3
Yes.
hours. In this podcast, again, I've got two very amazing people here. They both, by the way, are working professionals. They have somebody. They are parents to a 13-year-old boy, and in the midst of their parenting, there had been crisis as well. And crisis is something which they are, I would say, pro in it because they have had many. So in this podcast, we are going to discuss about positive parenting, about a wife's perspective, about husband's perspective, and as such, the things which are revolving around couples, and how to do positive parenting and ensure that their relationship still stays amazing while they are bringing up a child who is on the spectrum. I welcome onto this podcast Suraj and Sachin. Welcome to the podcast. How are you all? How are you both doing? Good, good.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Sachin.
Nice. So, Suraj and Sachin, you both are working professionals and you are also parents. Basically, you are nuclear parents. But again, speaking to you, I realized that you are one of those couples who are like extremely like I think you're friends first and then wife and husband, right?
Nice.
So I want to understand first of all from the couple's point of view, because you have been married for quite some time. You are parents to a 13-year-old, and still that the camaraderie, that that spice as such in marriages, it's still alive. Okay. So again, my first question goes to that. What is the secret behind a happy, I would say, relationship? So that's my first question, which goes to you.
I won't say that it's always green, but there are ups and downs in life. And being a couple, we never treated ourselves as couple. Frankly speaking, we treated ourselves as a copy of each other. So what we did, we started off with as friends. We never proposed each other for marriage, but we got married
No, you did propose.
later on, maybe. So then,
Was it difficult?
no, it was. But getting an agreement was difficult, obviously. Then, on top of it, when we started living our lives, the only intent that we had was no matter what happens, because as per Hindu mythology, we have to go through those 7 vachans during the fairas and all. We took it too seriously because we were living through it. And, the only thing that I managed and maintained so far is 100% transparent. So, no matter what, even if I look at a girl, she would be along with me. I will tell, look at her. She's good looking and all that. And she takes it as a friend. So we have been supporting each other as friends first. Relationship is just a name tag, frankly speaking. It's not a status.
Companionship?
I won't say. It's not even companionship, because till the time you do not treat your partner as yourself,
Yeah.
then you would look for those statuses and those tagging and all. We don't treat ourselves, we don't call each other as husband, wife or anything. That's just on documents.
Okay.
When I'm talking to Sachin, so it's more like I'm talking to myself. Okay. And once you talk to yourself, you feel relieved. बात हो गई, निकल गया, emotions निकाल दिए, सब कुछ हो गया. ठीक है. So that's how it's with me, that's how it is. With him, it's a similar manner. बैठा सूरज के साथ बात करी, अच्छे से हमने करा. And ठीक है. And the one thing that is common between both of us is we are solution seekers. प्रॉब्लम सबके आती हैं. हम प्रॉब्लम को लेके फंस नहीं करते कभी भी, दोनों ही. ये प्रॉब्लम है, प्रॉब्लम तो है, प्रॉब्लम आती रहती है. फाइन. सोल्यूशन क्या है? व्हाट नेक्स्ट? वो तो है, उसको आप गाते रहोगे तो टाइम निकल जाएगा. And it will become bigger problem for you than it actually is. So what do? Stop it. Stop cribbing about it. Find a solution. क्या करना है next?
Making a mountain out of a mole. राई का पहाड़ बनाना basically.
प्रॉब्लम सारी ऐसी ही आती हैं लाइफ में. कभी आपको लगेगा आगे आगे जैसे आप लाइफ में हम बढ़ रहे हैं, हमें जो भी प्रॉब्लम्स आ रही है हमें लगता है ये पिछली वाली से बड़ी थी. अब जो आई है ये पिछली वाली से बड़ी थी. This is going to keep on happening throughout our life. But what do we do about it is what decides how your life is.
So whatever she is calling as a problem are not problems, are issues.
What is the difference between problems and issues?
So issues are minor things which can be remediated real time, or you might have an actual plan to remediate it. Multiple issues becomes a problem. Okay, that's a fundamental that we use in our offices. So, and that is what the way of looking at an issue is. Until and unless we do not define it as an issue, we won't be able to solve it. If we treat it as a problem, then the problems will start piling up for you, because smaller issues will become problems by then. Along with that, so that's how it is.
One thing is there always with any hiccups in the life is that you always have options. Solution होते हैं, options available होते हैं. हमारे लिए वो चीज, वो इंसिडेंट या वो हिकअप एक प्रॉब्लम या हेडेक इसलिए बन जाता है बिकॉज वी फाइंड इट डिफिकल्ट टू चूज बिटवीन द सॉल्यूशंस. वी हैव मल्टीपल सॉल्यूशंस अवेलेबल, मगर हम एक पे किसी पे कन्विंस होके हम उसको एक्ट नहीं कर पाते, उस पे एनैक्ट नहीं कर पाते.
Can you give an example?
अच्छा, मैं बेटे का ही लेती हूँ एग्जाम्पल. ठीक है, जैसे बेटे का जब पता लगा, सो देयर वर मल्टीपल पीपल टेलिंग अस समथिंग कि ये सोल्यूशन है. कोई मेडिकेशन भी बता रहा था, कोई थेरेपी बता रहा है, कोई कुछ बता रहा है, कोई कुछ बता रहा है. ठीक है, इंडिया में क्या होता है, ये पूजा कर लो या ये चीज़ कर लो, वो चीज़ कर लो. बड़े बुजुर्ग ये बोलेंगे उन्हें, क्योंकि जस्ट व्हेन वी केम टू नो अबाउट दिस थिंग अबाउट रेयांत, अबाउट बेबी, हमें इसका आइडिया ही नहीं था व्हाट एग्जैक्टली इट इज.
What exactly was he diagnosed with?
he was not exactly diagnosed with anything specific, but उसका था कि extreme ADHD and autism के
line पे था.
thin line पे था. So they could not decide actually he's autistic or he's just ADHD.
So he got multiple other assessments to diagnose whether it's autistic or not. Then they gave us a clarity. नहीं, autistic नहीं है, but it's on borderline. Some of the symptoms, the way behavioral and those aspects were closing towards autism.
Right. So important is you will always have options for your problem. बहुत सारे options होंगे. Finalize one as quickly as possible. Believe in that solution and move forward. नहीं होता है अपना बैकअप प्लान हमेशा रेडी रखो. सो व्हेनेवर वी डू एनीथिंग, हम लोग कोई भी किसी चीज पे भी कोई सोल्यूशन ढूंढते हैं, सोल्यूशन कोई एक ऑप्शन सिलेक्ट करते हैं, तो हम उसका ऑलरेडी बैकअप हम लोग तैयार रखते हैं. बाय चांस 15 days अलाइन हमें वी डू नॉट सी आवरसेल्फ गोइंग ऑन द राइट पाथ, विल स्विच टू द प्लान बी, एंड प्लान बी का भी हम प्लान सी ले रखते हैं बैकअप.
प्रॉब्लम ये है लाइफ में, आई हैव अ सेइंग कि इश्यूज और प्रॉब्लम्स ना हम बनाते हैं, सोल्यूशन होता है हर चीज़ का. अगर हम ऊपर वाले को मानते हैं और हमें दिल दिया है, दिमाग दिया है, इमोशंस दिए हैं, सेंटिमेंट्स दिए हैं, सोचने के लिए एक मुट्ठी बुद्धि सबको दिया है, सबके पास सेम ही वेट है, कोई अलग नहीं होता. बट हर किसी की लाइफ में इश्यूज और प्रॉब्लम्स अलग होते हैं. क्यों? क्योंकि वो हम बनाते हैं. तो सोल्यूशन था, हमने उससे प्रॉब्लम बने. उल्टा होता है, कोई इशू कोई प्रॉब्लम ऐसा नहीं है जिसका सोल्यूशन नहीं है. समटाइम्स एक्सेप्टेंस इज द बिगेस्ट सोल्यूशन ऑफ एवरीथिंग.
यस.
डिनाइल बिकम्स अ प्रॉब्लम. सो एक्सेप्टेंस सबसे पहले इंपॉर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट.
Okay, Suraj, I have got to know that there was a condition where, health-wise you had to face a challenge. Can you please share that?
About 3 years back, January onwards, मैंने काफी वेट गेन कर लिया था. ठीक है. So and I wanted to reduce because always, not always, but kind of stayed fit kind of a person. I'm not a psychic कि मुझे बहुत लीन होना है, फिजिक वाइज बहुत सेक्सी दिखना है या बहुत अट्रैक्टिव दिखना, वो नहीं होता. मेरा था लाइट बॉडी. व्हाट माय ऑलवेज इंटेंशन हैव बीन कि अ कंफर्टेबल बॉडी वेयर इन मूवमेंट और हर चीज़ में बहुत कंफर्टेबल रही हूँ मैं. तो मुझे वो बॉडी दोबारा अचीव करनी थी. एंड आई गॉट इनटू बिट ऑफ एक्सरसाइज एंड मैं प्रोटीन लेने लगी, प्लांट बेस्ड प्रोटीन पाउडर. आफ्टर लॉट ऑफ सजेशंस एंड रिसर्च मैंने लेना शुरू करा, एंड lot of things I was doing to reduce weight. Walk पे जाती थी, करती थी, but suddenly noticed कि मैं, for example, I was able to walk 5 to 6 kilometers easily in a good speed. ठीक है. And I suddenly noticed कि एक दिन मुझसे 500 meters भी मुश्किल से चला जा रहा था. And I was अंदर से ऐसे रोना छूट रहा था कि कब पूरा कर पाऊंगी, ये पूरा सर्कल जो है मेरा राउंड का आज का खत्म क्यों नहीं हो रहा. एंड आफ्टर सम टाइम आई रियलाइज समथिंग इज रॉन्ग इन माय बॉडी. दिस इज नॉट माय बॉडी.
She was losing on energy, right? You did not have any energy to even walk.
जो आप बोलते हो ना एनर्जी, वो फीलिंग कम्प्लीटली डिफरेंट थी. इट वॉज लाइक फीमेल्स या हम लोग इंसान, इफ हमारी विल है तो हम अंदर से अगर वी आर टायर्ड ऑल्सो वी आर एबल टू पुल आवरसेल्फ टुगेदर एंड पुश. वो पुल और पुश खत्म था उस टाइम पे. एंड दिस वाज हैपनिंग फर्स्ट टाइम इन माय लाइफ एवर. नो मैटर व्हाट, मैं कितनी टायर्ड रही हूँ, मैं कितना ही मैंने काम करा है, कुछ भी करा है, एंड आई वाज ऑलवेज एबल टू पुश माई सेल्फ अप. दिस टाइम आई वाज नॉट एबल टू. स्टार्टिंग में ही मेरा अंदर से लिटरली, एज आई सेड, आई वाज क्राइंग इनसाइड. एंड दैट डे आई फेल्ट समथिंग इज रॉन्ग, एंड आई टोल्ड माई हस्बैंड कि समथिंग इज रॉन्ग. आई थिंक वी नीड to check up. This happened in January end. February I had to travel to my office for some urgent meetings. So मेरा टाइम उसमें निकल गया. मार्च में हमारी छुट्टियाँ प्लान थी and everything planned, so वो सारा उसमें निकल गया. But we decided once we are back we will definitely go for a 100% checkup. But उसी टाइम पे मेरे को अपने चेस्ट में लंप महसूस हो गया.
We were watching a movie.
Yeah, we were watching a movie. I was
And
lying down.
Usually, when you lie down watching a movie, you tend to keep your hand either on your belly or on your chest. She felt something, on her left side. She asked me, "Can you check?" I don't know why it feels like something is hardened. So I touched and I was like, "No, this is something, not a normal thing."
It was a proper ball.
Yeah, proper ball. We could feel. The lump. Tissues and all एक साथ इकट्ठा हो जाते हैं ना वो बॉल जैसा बिल्कुल मेरे को वैसे फील हुआ. The next day, same day I took an appointment for.
One day next day.
What was the size of that ball? How big was
वो
it?
बाद में डायग्नोसिस वगैरह हुआ.
इतना जो हाथ में महसूस हो रहा था, it was like a golf ball के तरह लग रहा था. ठीक है, it was quite hard and everything. So we researched at the very same time. हम लोगों ने confirm हो गया कि हाँ है.
कुछ तो
कुछ है तो हमने रिसर्च करा एंड व्हेन यू डू नॉर्मल गूगल सर्च तो इट टेल्स यू कि इफ योर पीरियड्स आर नियर बाय लम्प्स महसूस होते हैं और हार्डन महसूस होते हैं थिंग्स लाइक दैट.
मिल्क रिटेंशन भी था.
हाँ.
उसमें ये था कि जैसे वंस यू बिकम अ मदर, अगर बच्चे ने उतना दूध नहीं पिया है तो उसके भी लम्प्स बन जाते हैं. तो वो सारी चीजें थी उसके अंदर मिक्स. एंड द बिगेस्ट चैलेंज इन आवर केस वाज हर साइज वाज बिगर in terms of the bust size. ठीक है, तो हमें ये भी था क्योंकि जब बेबी को फीडिंग होती थी he took feed for couple of months then he stopped. फिर हम उसको टॉप फीड ही देते थे because he was not getting his tummy full.
आलसी था.
So we assumed that it could be that thing, but it's better to get checked because we are not professionals, right? So it's better to get that clarity. So
when we googled, so we came to know if your periods are near, wait for your periods to get over. My periods were about to start, so we waited for that particular 10 days or so on to be complete process to be gone. Uske baad we went to the doctor. I again kept on checking myself. It's still there kind of a thing was happening every day. But when I went to the doctor, I knew होता है इंटरनल गट फीलिंग हो जाती है. तो इंटरनल गट फीलिंग 100% हो चुकी थी मेरे को. ठीक है, तो व्हेन डॉक्टर आल्सो सेड कि नहीं देयर इज समथिंग वी नीड टू गो एंड गेट अ स्कैन डन एंड एवरीथिंग.
So what we started off with was the first thing that you go to is a gynecologist. We went to a gynae and she checked. She said it's better to get a mammogram done. So because there is a lump, but we don't know what it is.
It could
So it's better to
pure surprise.
So it could be anything. So it's better to get a mammogram done. And there is a guy. It's kind of a family connection that we have, and he's a male guy, radiologist. And this was the first time that because it becomes a challenge for a female to open up in front of male surgeons and all. And this was the first time. So I trust that person, and he was a friend of my father. So we took her in. He checked and he said it's better to reach out to an oncologist. Okay. And the same day I took an appointment.
It happened till 12 o'clock. He said we need to consult an oncologist. He confirmed.
So I checked around for 4 hours who are the best oncologists nearby to take an initial assessment. We reached out to one of the hospital, and as soon as we started off, they diagnosed some assessment. They gave us some assessments and everything to be done. And within we went to our hometown in Rajasthan, and that day we got the reports on my phone.
Within 2 weeks, multiple tests,
Back to back.
everything from sample taking and
Biopsy
and everything within 5-10 days. Not even, I'm saying maximum 10 days, maybe 5 days, 6 days. Everything was done. We did it back to back. We did not.
So we were not pausing for a
also.
single hour.
Yes.
We were like, let's diagnose it as soon as possible so that we can start working on it.
I was extremely exhausted.
But I was.
I did not. But I knew I did not utter a word. I did not say it. Whenever he said, we are going for a test, we are doing this, we are doing this, I was like, okay, let's go. Okay, let's do. If I'm not in a position, I trusted him 100% blindly. You're taking a call, I'll just follow. No problem. Because I'm not in a situation and I trust him 100%. More than that, actually. So I just followed. So I didn't want it to create a problem for him. Because जब आपके पार्टनर को कुछ होता है तो आपका पार्टनर ऐसे सिचुएशन में होता है कि आप सोच भी नहीं सकते हो. ठीक है, आप तो बीमार हो, आपकी तबीयत ठीक नहीं है, you're not feeling, you cannot think from other point of view, person's point of view. So, but I had an idea. So, because हम एक दूसरे के बारे में उस हिसाब से सोचते भी हैं, हमारी आदत ही है. Whatever he said, ऐसा करना है, ऐसा करना है, ऐसा करना है, अब करना है. दिन में 2 बार हॉस्पिटल जाना है. हमारे तो कई टेस्ट फेल भी हुए, then also we were got it redone again. That was torturous for me, but we still got it done. ठीक है. Cannula, and I used to hate it like anything. मुझे hate नहीं, I was very scared. But again, and getting it done, trying to be brave.
Diagnosis जब हुआ ना, उसके बाद
Only thing that was
then we had to meet 3 different doctors because oncology में 3 stages होती हैं that you have to cover. So we luckily met radiation oncologist that we met. She gave us some assessments. We got the assessments done within a week. While we were in Rajasthan, we got the diagnosis report and it was positive. But the problem is, every cancer is different and there are multiple, factors involved for each cancer, each type of cancer. She was diagnosed with breast cancer, but there are 3 components. Something was positive, something was negative, and those numbers and everything, I'm not that technical in that terms, but the treatment was supposed to be a different one. But the biggest question was, how were you able to identify this problem in much sooner? Tentatively, people tend to, feel it like 8 months or a year, post a year. And apart from the size issue, nobody would be able to judge. So that was the best part. It was blessing in disguise, I would say.
okay. Also definitely.
So we started off with the treatment and, we met then medical oncologist who gives you the chemo and everything. Then there is a surgical oncologist who does the surgery and everything. So we met all 3. We charted out the plan. The problem was, it comes in a husband's mind, usually. Finances. That becomes a challenge sometimes. And it's not a small hospital that we went to. It has its own medical institute, cancer medical institute. So we went there and on top of it, the doctor said that, there are multiple medications and there is an extensive one that you might need to take. It's on you. Okay. He gave us an option that it's on you. If you want to take this medication, it's going to cost 250,000 rupees for 2 vials.
No.
Okay. So 275 was the exact amount. In that you will get 1 + 1 free. So that's like 2 vials for 275,000. And we were supposed to get 8.
Oh.
Okay. So luckily, I am from a finance field and my father taught me since the beginning that insurance is important. So apart from my office thing, I carried my personal insurance despite of paying, every year after, my salary was X. The insurance premium was X plus 20%. But I paid the insurance every time because that was one of the risks that I wanted to cover in my life. Another blessing in disguise happened that April she was diagnosed and the previous year, November, I decided to take a top-up insurance.
Oh.
I just luckily thought of, let's increase the cover. Why not? Let's increase the cover. And it's just
The top was 20% extra.
Yeah.
Or the summer short.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was like, 6-7 grand is okay. Let's take a top up. So I took a top up and that helped us
So heavy.
during the entire treatment. The doctor said, I asked him the probability. And the biggest challenge right now in medical terms is nobody will give you 100% assurance.
Obviously. I don't want to take a chance.
So he gave me 90% probability.
That the situation will be under control.
Yes.
Okay.
And after taking that medication, that works as a preventive one. So you won't foresee that situation again. So we started off, I gave him a go ahead, stating that let's start off. So first she got the cannula done because her biggest challenge was getting herself poked every time for chemo. And I've seen multiple patients.
It is very, very painful.
So that was the first thing.
We got the chemo port done. Chemo port is a small device that is placed in your body. So every time when you go for your chemo treatment, you do not need to put a cannula. Okay. So the device is there, just a prick, and it becomes very comfortable, and the medicine goes there. It do not hurt your veins or anything because female veins are quite thinner when you compare it with male. Okay.
Yes.
So in generally when females are getting the chemo done, then veins get damaged in this particular process, and it takes a very long duration to get it repaired, the body to recover from that particular damage.
We're talking about close to 3 liters to 3.5 liters of fluids going inside your body within a duration of, I would say, 4-5 hours. That's how painful it is.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
that's pretty much.
yes, so the doctor suggested chemo port, and we agreed with it. But yes, you will go for chemo port. Definitely, there is pain involved when you get something inserted in your body. It's like an alien. You need to adjust. But comparatively, chemo port have been very beneficial for us in many ways. So yes,
Everybody has a different body. So somebody can take the toll of a cannula. I was more concerned that I shouldn't, have her in a situation wherein she's feeling pain in her hands or anything, that she's not able to make any movements. It's better to go with chemo port. And it was a small surgery. It took like 30 minutes. Incision, and they planted the device. Then she got out of the, it was done in
It is much better than
Yeah.
getting poked every time.
it just took us a day's time for this complete process in the hospital. Surgery was obviously was only for the 30 to 45 minutes or so on, not more than that. But yes, the process takes time in the hospital. But comparatively has been much better than an option of cannula, and we realized it later also because in the process of getting the chemo done, my vein became very, very weak. It was difficult to find a vein for me when we were getting my blood test and every week. So that was becoming a problem. So we realized, thank God we got the chemo done, chemo ported, got it installed, rather than getting the cannula. Otherwise, that would have been another struggle.
That's pretty much a journey here. I mean, still I'm trying to visualize that how difficult it had been.
The journey started later on. This was just the initial stuff.
Okay.
Now think about when your family knows about it. That's when the journey starts.
Yeah.
When your friends know about it, when your colleagues know about it,
Yeah.
that's when the journey starts. And at that point of time, I cut her off with everyone in this world apart from myself.
Okay, then whom was she interacting with?
Only me.
Okay.
She was not interacting with anyone.
Okay. And why? Why did you do
The
this?
reason is I don't like negativity. I did not want her to get into a conversation wherein somebody uses the word cancer.
Okay.
I became a joker of her life. Okay. We started off with first chemo. I was like dead, looking at what was going on. But the only thing that we, worked upon was hanging out with each other, watching movies, chit-chatting, talking all the crap that I could in, the daycare, people who were taking high medicine doses. And I was talking shit.
What are the typical conversations, if you can share?
Anything, man. Anything and everything.
So let me tell you one bit. On top of everything, God gave us one more gift during the life. Gave us one more gift during that particular time when I was getting diagnosed, and we got the response and everything. His situation in the office got very bad.
I lost my job.
Oh,
So
double whammy.
Yeah.
we were having a gala time.
And the organization said, we understand your position, but we won't be able to give you kind of a work from home I said,
Yeah.
give me at least 50% kind of work from home, but the situation went haywire and the organization was.
Not ready and not willing to give you.
So that's absolutely fine. Okay, they have their own business to run. I absolutely understand their position as well. But her treatment was on top priority for me, apart from looking anything else. Luckily, I got a job in the same office that she's working. She has a work from home setup. Luckily, I got a work from home setup for, that entire treatment.
They have been very supportive. The day my HR came to know, and within a week's time, they sent me a complete book, bouquet and a fruit of basket. Get well. My HR kept in touch with me, kept on messaging me, calling me from time to time. If
She
I'm not
was
reaching-
conversating
with
with
her.
me every week. I called her. I told her I do not want any calls on Suraj's phone.
Oh. But the HR was kind enough to keep a check on you through him.
Yes. She was calling me every week.
You go at that particular time. Even he switched. He was in my company, so she was in touch with him also. Okay. And my colleagues and everyone was so supportive that they told my complete team, "You are not going to disturb Suraj. You are not going to bother at all with any of your queries."
So everyone supported at that time. But the only
have been
challenge that I had was she not get into that kind of a conversation. That was the only thing.
I want to understand why. I mean, because you said that you became the Joker and you had all sorts of conversations, whatever is happening. So I was interested to know what are the conversations which actually helped her elevate. Because again, when you're going through chemo and the procedures are very, very painful, right? Because I've heard from the stories which I wrote that they are pretty painful. And I'm sure that one of the therapies which a lot of people try doing is humor, getting humor in the life, getting some spice, getting some, as he's saying, I got a lot of trash talks in my conversations. So I would like to know what are the conversations.
You were not. So we were like,
And that too, when he did not have a job that time. Okay. And trying to keep his mind also like uptight and fine. Let me manage the situation. How did you all, because again, it must be very difficult for you.
So the thing was, whatever happened with me as an individual, as a person, I could not, transfer that to her.
Okay.
Because she was already going through a lot.
That's pretty mindful of you.
Okay.
Yeah.
The second thing was, I know she won't be concerned about my job, but she would be concerned about me. How am I feeling? So I kept myself laughing, smiling all the time so that she doesn't feel. She used to, because she knows me in and out. She used to.
so I know.
But
What is
she
it?
also acted the same way, that you're happy, I'm happy. That's how it is. So we just acted. Okay, we used to sit in hospital. We used to talk all the crap. I used to talk to all the sisters. The entire hospital staff knows me. Each one person knows me by name. Her name. Suraj ke husband. That's how it is.
Everybody is very impressed with him.
Okay, they talk everything and anything. They talk about appraisals. Their appraisals. Salary and everything. Yeah. Their family, their girlfriends, everything. They talk openly with me. Okay. So the only thing
You spent good amount of time in the hospital? How much roughly?
close to 4 years, man.
Oh.
I just came back from hospital, right? Because of my mother. So people usually feel challenge in getting a bed, and not someone who has contacts. I called up one person. He got me a bed arranged in 30 minutes.
Wow. You have connections then.
Connections, in a sense, it's a repo.
It's a repo.
It's a repo that
It's a
I've
repo
created
that-
out there. That everybody knows me by name. The first question that came from that guy was, Bhabhi is all right? I was like, no, the Bhabhi theek hai, is bar mummy ke saath. So he was like, okay.
So you went to the same hospital? Right?
Yes. I trust that hospital. For anything and everything. I don't care the institution wants to earn. At the end of the day, if you're family is all healthy once they are checking out. Why I'm using the word checking out? Because it's kind of a hotel, right? Every hospital is a hotel. Everybody charges for suites.
Every private hospital, every private hospital.
So that's altogether a different story, but that's how they earn, right? That's how they run. So we used to talk all the nonsense. We used to watch movies, series, everything.
Any particular series or any particular thing which you watch and you
Non-humorous. Let me tell you, we do not talk. We do not watch. Humorous series. Usually, we do not. She doesn't like. Sorry, Kapil Sharma ka show. She doesn't like that because we
that much. I don't enjoy it that much. I mean, it's that okay, good hai, theek.
because she has her own personal Kapil Sharma at home. Why would she look at somebody else? So that's the thing. So we used to talk.
I like suspense, horror, thrillers.
Family Man was one that we watched.
We-
We are a huge fan of Manoj Vajpayee, obviously. But
what do you like about his character in Family Man? Does that character resonate to yours?
no, it's not like that. But as an
Still, he's also fighting. You're also fighting, and I think it resonates a lot of parents. as such.
no, it's like I won't say because as a human he feels like he's very down to earth. He doesn't have that kind of an attitude that you will see in an actor. He's kind of down to earth and he talks openly. He is blunt, and that's what I like about him.
Both of us are like, when it comes to acting and everything, liking or something, it will go on acting. Everything will fall on acting, our likes or dislikes. It will not go on looks ever. It will be.
We do not relate, first of all. We do not relate ourselves with anyone because it is intended for entertainment. So just get yourself entertained. That's it. 2.5 hours gone of a movie, done and dusted. Think about the next movie. That's how it should be. You should not live through.
So see again, at one part there was diagnosis, the other part there was no job, the other part with the child again he was on the spectrum, right?
Yeah.
So can you please take me back to the phase where cancer, work pressure, parenting, a neurodivergent child all were happening at the same time?
No, I won't say the kids thing happened at that time. Kids thing happened when he was 2.5 or 3, I guess.
2.5.
And my salary at that point, both of us were working.
Both of us were.
And our salary wasn't that much. Okay. And let me take you through the journey, how it went through.
Yeah.
Okay. So he was born, everything was going okay. He said, Mama, maybe after the therapy. Because he used to talk all gibberish words at that point of time.
I don't.
The only word that each one of our family member knows is the word coco.
Coco.
Okay. So he liked metros. So I used to take him on my lap. I used to, drive to a metro station. I used to park my car below a metro train track. He used to sit and watch patiently when the coco will come. And as soon as he used to see the train, he used to call coco, 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 and like that. That was the first word that he said.
This was at which age?
2.5, 3.
I mean, that was first word which
Yes,
came
yes.
out. Okay.
Coco,
So-
not Papa, Mama. Coco.
Coco. Okay.
Coco.
So the thing was, and when you talk about this with your family, usually the family responses would be, तुम लोग बात ही नहीं करते अपने बच्चे से.
You don't.
बात करोगे तभी तो बात करेगा ना बच्चा.
There was a lot of doubts on the parenting.
हाँ, बात ही नहीं करते तुम लोग. दोनों को जॉब करनी है, तो बच्चे कहाँ से पलेंगे? जॉब करनी है तो बच्चे कहाँ से पलेंगे, और बच्चों से बात करने के लिए कोई है नहीं तो बच्चा बोलेगा क्यों? ठीक है जी, ये हो गया.
And he knew from the very starting कि kind of a person who will, stay at home, be a wife or a good housewife or something like that. I'm one person who's always career oriented. मुझे अब काम करना बहुत अच्छा लगता है.
I won't say career oriented. She wants to be independent from the day one.
Yes.
She has been like that till now, and she's going to be like that forever. Yes. That's the reason my last name is not added to her last name. Okay. But, I respected her decision always, and she has been respecting my decision always. So it's like that. So, coming back to the story of the care. Then they start off, usually the parents start off, अरे कुछ दही चटाओ, ये निप्पल की बोतल से पिलाओगे तो मुंह अंदर से हो जाएगा, तो बोल नहीं पाएगा बच्चा.
कबूतर का या पता नहीं किसकी चोंच का लगा हुआ पानी पिलाना.
नहीं, तो वो अमरूद वाला था.
नहीं, पानी पिलाना या कुछ उसके टच करवा के कुछ
every crap that you can think of.
इस भगवान के दर्शन का
सब बोल रहे हैं, and I am one person who will tell you on your face, I'm not going to do this shit.
पूरी कर लो, पता नहीं
टोटके कर लो, ये कर लो, वो कर लो. We were like, भाई पहले let's get him checked. So luckily, usually first 2-3 years you have those vaccines and everything going on. Na? You go to your pediatrician, and so
identifications happened at a surprisingly event. My sister marriage actually. So my sister was getting married. We are 3 sisters. I'm the eldest, and the middle one was getting married. So she was getting married to a person who's stays in US. So when he came here for the marriage, उसका friend आया उसके साथ में, ठीक है. उसके फ्रेंड्स आए, 2 फ्रेंड्स आए, और 2 के फ्रेंड्स की फैमिली में ऑलरेडी एक ऑटिस्टिक या ADHD बच्चा है, एंड दे अमेजिंगली हैड इन द सेंस दे न्यू अबाउट ऑल दिस सिम्टम्स के बारे में एंड एवरीथिंग. सो व्हेन दे सॉ माय सन एट होम, थोड़ा सा उसके रिएक्शंस, द वे ही वाज बिहेविंग एंड एवरीथिंग, सो दैट इज देयर व्हेन दे एक्चुअली shared with us that this could be a reason. Please consult us, maybe a child specialist or some
Psychologist
or some. So first, obviously, child specialist first, and then maybe a psychologist if they feel so. So that's where everything started. And because वहाँ तब तक वो topic उठ चुका था घर पे कि ये बोल नहीं रहा है. He is not talking. He is 2.5 years old and he is still not talking. तो हाँ, वो सारे उसके अंदर सिम्टम्स थे ऑफ फिजिकली ही वाज परफेक्टली फिट, हाइट, वेट, सब कुछ फिट था, ठीक है. ही इज प्रीटी एक्टिव एंड एवरीथिंग वाज गुड. उसकी ऑब्जर्वेशंस ये, बट वी कुड, बट वो शेयर नहीं करता.
He's not able to
articulate और से कोई स्पीच नहीं थी.
स्पीच वाज
जीरो था. आप बात करोगे वो उसका ऐसे रहता था, या यहाँ रहेगा या वहाँ रहेगा, समथिंग लाइक दैट. And at the same time, streamlining of his cars, straight line.
People tend to think कि हमारा बच्चा गाड़ियां लाइन में लगा रहा है, कितना इंटेलिजेंट बच्चा है.
तो उसे गाड़ियां पसंद है.
देखो, उसको लाइन में लगानी आती हैं गाड़ियां.
ठीक है.
जो आज तक पार्किंग देखने नहीं गया, वो गाड़ियां लाइन में लगा रहा है. Pediatrician से we met, she straight away said, you meet Simmi. Okay. Where she used to work. We went there, we got him diagnosed, and within 3-4, they did initial assessment.
नहीं, पहले we went to the psychologist. Psychologist ने अपनी evaluation करी. उन्होंने confirm कर दिया कि he needs therapies and you need to take help. So that's why they suggested us go to 19 sector hearing point. वहाँ पे these people help kids. So we went there, we took Rayant along, we discussed, Simmi was there. That's how we got, we met Simmi and her team. So unke paas they started with a program called early intervention during that time. So 3 therapies साथ में होती थी बच्चे की within 1.5 hours or so. वो तीनों थेरेपी साथ में होती थी एंड उसके रिजल्ट्स अच्छे थे. दैट्स व्हाट सिमी सेड. सो वी ब्लाइंडली वेंट फॉर इट कि लेट्स डू इट. सो अर्ली मॉर्निंग ही यूज्ड टू डू अ यूएस शिफ्ट. वो यूएस की शिफ्ट हमने कंप्लीट करके मॉर्निंग में आते थे. यूज्ड टू टेक द किड टू द सेंटर. फिर थोड़ी देर बाद आफ्टर 1.5 hours go and pick him up and get him. At times I used to travel when he's not able to come on time. So I used to take him.
I used to sleep in the car sometimes. कि 1.5 घंटे का सेशन होगा. Let's take a power nap here. So session खत्म हो जाता था. I used to take him along. Now you would remember I was talking about salary. The salary that I was earning at that point of time, around around 90% of my salary was going into therapy. And I was earning less in comparison to her at that point of time.
And I had to leave my job. The moment we came to know this thing,
Then
after
she
few
left the
months,
job.
I left the job because उस टाइम पे भी हमने 6 months हम डिले हो गए थे. After the person suggested us, we got him into school because वो acceptance नहीं आती है. मेरा बच्चा तो बिल्कुल ठीक है, क्या दिक्कत है.
थोड़ा सा डिनाइल वाला मूड आता है.
ध्यान वाला-
हम लोगों को भी लगा था.
हमारे भी डिनाइल आया था.
जब हमें बोला था कि आप साइकेट्रिस्ट को दिखाओ तो हमारे दिमाग में भी आता है हमारा बच्चा पागल थोड़ी है. बट व्हेन दीज गाइज केम इन, मेरे ब्रदर इन लॉ के फ्रेंड्स, ऊपर से डॉक्टर ने भी बोला, फिर हमने साइकेट्रिस्ट को भी दिखाया. और जैसे ही हम यहाँ पे
एक्सपेरिमेंट कर चुके थे, getting him into a school, see if he reacts with the kids and everything.
he used to push kids.
वो
लाइन में when you are supposed to stand in a queue, इंस्ट्रक्शन फॉलोइंग ना 0 होती है. या अभी मूड है, अभी मान लेंगे, अभी नहीं मानेंगे. सो स्विंग पे जा रहे हैं, पुश कर दिया. As soon as we got to know, we had to take him out of the school. फिर हमारा ये हो गया था कि थेरेपी कराओ. She decided to leave her job.
yeah.
On top of it, 10% was left out of my salary to manage everything.
So the household expenses were run
Everything,
10%, 10%
10%.
salary.
During
90% was on therapies.
till the time मैंने जॉब वापस शुरू नहीं करी है in 6-7 years. सोलोमन, मैंने अपनी सारी सेविंग्स निकाल कंज्यूम कर ली थी. ठीक है.
We took loans.
We took loans. I
Just to get
consumed
the therapy.
all my savings, जितनी भी मैंने अभी तक
This
saving
sir-
सारे PF, सारी savings, सारे consume कर.
The surprise that I got to know, you can get it covered under insurance,
Which
But the-
insurance?
any medical insurance. But the problem is, you need to get a certificate.
Disability certificate?
Haan.
Okay.
And I did not want to go with it because it becomes a tag. Okay. So I took it on myself. It's better take it on yourself because later on when you have those documentation in systems, it might become a challenge going forward for him. So that's the reason I did not, get that one. So I took it myself. We started working out. She helped a lot. She even sold us jewelry, at that point of time because we had to pay loans off. And I literally, used to work in US shifts, pose therapy and everything, like 2 years later, he called Mama and Papa for the first.
After 2 years
Yeah.
of therapy.
Yeah.
That was at the age of, I think, 4.5.
Yes.
Okay.
Therapy went on for about 10 to 11 months. ठीक है, on a stretch गई थी. रियान ने इम्प्रूवमेंट दिखाया था definitely because of everyone's so much hard work. And every Saturday these people used to take sessions, parents की training sessions conduct करते थे. That's the amazing thing that they used to do. I don't think अभी ये system anyone follows, but Simmi and our team used to do that. Used to train parents. So obviously I knew he is tired. I used to pick up those training sessions. मैं Google करती थी, मैं खुद research करती थी. Simmi जो भी document भेजती, मैं अपने लिए खुद Google, whatever is available on the net, मैं download करती थी अपने लिए. And मैं उसके लिए खुद उसके अंदर throughout the day छोटे छोटे थेरेपी काइंड ऑफ सेशंस घर पे खुद कंडक्ट करती थी. मेक हिम यूज्ड टू प्ले विद द बॉल, विद द बलून. ठीक है, आई कांटेक्ट इंप्रूव करने के लिए, कंसंट्रेशन, मोटर फंक्शंस इंप्रूव करने के लिए उसके साथ खेलती थी. बबल्स खुद घर पे बनाती थी कि बबल्स के थ्रो करके पकड़ें, करें, चीजें करें. help him to make friends. I tried doing that, but because of his speech issue and his communication gap, he was not able to. तो मैं जितना होता था, I used to take different type of toys along with him when I used to go to the park every evening, कि बच्चे उस toys की वजह से उसके साथ खेलें, वो साथ में थोड़ा खेले, communication हो, वो social interaction, because it's very important. So, and at times I used to, not follow the same schedule every day. So to make it interesting every day for him, in the evening I used to take him for a rickshaw ride, just to show buses and everything, just to motivate him to speak out. Blue bus, green bus, a car, bike, aeroplane. So we every day used to spend $50 just on a rickshaw. Rickshaw guy knew they have come, they'll ask me to go for a complete round around the stadium and come back. So we used to do that every day, literally. For him, we fought to change a house, go into a particular society where I can get certain kind of environment just for him, not for any other reason, because I was not getting that kind of environment where we were staying. So we fought, we changed
From your ancestral home we are talking about.
Yes. So we fought, and we got to we went to Core City. We got that kind of environment for him. That also helped many ways, because I got him into different classes there. Playgrounds were great. So during that time he got the right time, support that he needed. So I was very happy with the, at least cost kar raha hai, bank balance zero hai, negative mein chal raha hai.
Because you were saving rent in your ancestral home, now you are shifting to a place. Already 10% of the savings is left. Plus there is,
Yes.
To mitigate that, I resumed with my dance classes.
Okay, that's
I went to, I used to go to Greater Noida, near Pari Chowk, and I used to conduct those classes. So post coming from my shift, I'm working, okay? Post coming from my shift, I used to sleep for an hour or so. And sometimes if I used to get late from office, I used to come home, get freshen up, change, and used to drive for close to 45 minutes one side. Then I used to take those sessions. It used to take close to 2 hours. Then coming back from there, and then, rest evening classes we had, dance classes in Core City itself. So, and then after getting fresh, having dinner, go back to office. That's what my schedule was.
And typically you were sleeping for
3 hours, 4 hours.
Oh, that's too little. And this continued for how long? How many months?
2 years, good
2 years.
2.5 years, yes.
2.5 years. You were on sleep for 3
Yes,
4
yes.
hours. Okay.
So, literally, I wanted to give my heart and soul to the job as well, because that was one of the things that was supporting at that point of time. So I wanted to grow as well. And I got growth. Then later on, when we got that kind of a package that we were able to manage, our expenses, then we, stopped with our dance academies and we came back. We shifted then to Sector 21. By that time, he was all okay.
During that time, something happened when you're talking about the package. At the same time, I was ready to pick up a job, start working back again. Because Riyadh was kind of lot of things were getting what where I want my kid to be, to achieve particular certain goals. So we have achieved those kind of goals, and I was happy with the result of the output. And we were like, okay, now I can go ahead and pick up a job. That's perfectly fine. We can do that, because I knew we need to support each other financially, and I was missing work badly. For my own sanity, I needed to have that job. We kept on doing a lot of things. I was a teacher for 11 months, forever about a year in Montessori. I was not getting much, 5,500 per month maybe.
But that was helpful.
That again was very helpful to keep myself busy, because one thing that I know is my son doesn't want me to see as, I've kept myself busy. I want my son also to be equally hardworking person. I don't want him to be a laid back. I want his, and we have heard many times, na, parents ही basic inspiration होते बच्चों के, how they are. So that was there in my mind. So like, nahi, I have to keep myself busy also because these things, na, if emotionally, as a mother or as a parent, he was busy all the time. He was too busy to emotionally, catch up.
I did not want to.
He didn't want to do, and time ही नहीं था catch up करने का. मेरे पास time था. मैं catch up करती थी, मेरे लिए बहुत heavy हो जाता था. बहुत heavy हो जाता था.
So I have a question there, okay? Do you think that the society glorifies strong mothers so much that they forget to ask how they really are feeling and how they are coping this entire thing? Because again, there's a lot on my plate already.
When people say you're a strong person, I do not know what does it actually means. I say okay, but I do not know what it means. When you say strong, I am just dealing with the situation one by one. That's it. I'm just dealing with the situation. Situation आई है, मैंने अपने बेस्ट तरीके से उसे डील करने की कोशिश करी है. मुझे सपोर्ट चाहिए इनका, मैं इनका सपोर्ट लेती हूँ या क्वेश्चन करती हूँ. मेरे पर कहीं डाउट होता है, मुझे नहीं पता स्ट्रॉन्ग का मतलब क्या है. डील करना स्ट्रॉन्ग कैसे हो गया? सबके लाइफ में आता है, सबके लाइफ में. गिविंग अप इट्स योर डिसीजन टू गिव अप और नॉट टू गिव अप. ठीक है. एंड मेरा ब्लडी बी पॉजिटिव है. तुमने मैं एक बार के लिए, एक दिन के लिए, 24 घंटे के लिए गिरूंगी, फिर वापस खड़ी हो जाती हूँ. So that's me.
She is B positive, I am A positive, our son is AB positive. वाह. So ये जो strong वाला बोलते हैं ना, I used to hear it while she was going through the treatment. And my response used to be sad होके क्या होगा?
अब 4th कीमो के बाद मैं
Disheartened होके क्या होगा?
मैं भी रो रही थी. और मैं डॉक्टर से पूछी थी, मैं डॉक्टर से आप ये कह सकते हो, मोल भाव कर रही थी. डॉक्टर मेरा तो फर्स्ट स्टेज है, मेरे को तो आप अभी इम्प्रूवमेंट आ गई है, एक कीमो कम कर सकते हैं क्या? आप सुन, मैं उस डेस्परेट सिचुएशन में
I was scolding her like anything. You do not get into the mid of what we are doing right now. If I know, I can't say that I understand your pain because she knows what she's going through. I can only see. I don't know how medicines are reacting. How is she feeling?
So how was your, I would say, what was going inside you? Because again, you come across as a pretty much logical person, right? And again, this is an emotional situation which she's going through.
Correct.
How did you deal with the entire situation? Because there must be so many things which are already going.
True.
So how did logic help you there?
Frankly speaking, logics always helped me. When it came to job, I knew I'll get something maybe after some time, but luckily it went through. I got the same, a job in the same organization and a decent package. It was 25% less to what I was getting paid in the previous organization. The only intention at that point of time for me was to survive. Okay.
So I would also stay with her because
obviously that was the only thing that I was looking at. I don't care if they would have paid me 50% less, I would have still agreed.
But don't you think that was an emotional decision?
No, that was a logical decision.
Okay.
I'll give you the logic behind it. To pay the premium, what do you need?
Money.
For that, you needed a job. My break even was to meet my regular expenses, including my son's fees and the medicines that she was, taking. That's it. That was my break even. So I had already calculated, and that is the reason I'm saying if they would have negotiated with me at a 50% package to what I was getting in the previous organization, I would have still agreed. Okay. So that's how it went. The thing was, job was one concern area, and the only thing that was going behind my mind was not surfacing my emotions in front of her. Okay.
But inside, are you an emotional person or are you trying?
Obviously, for her, I am an emotional person, but for the rest, I am not. I'm not. Okay. I'm 2 years younger to her. Do I look 2 years younger to her?
But that really does not mean that I've tortured him, sir.
No, it's not. I have never ever gotten time to think about myself because I kept myself always busy with anything and everything. The reason is I don't like idle time. My exercise, my workout is my mental exercise. Till the time I'm utilizing my mind, I can do anything. I can find solutions to any problems. I can give you logic. I'm a non-technical guy working in an IT organization at a senior position without any technical knowledge. I was able to sell myself and the client are still happy till date. I don't know whether they know or not that I'm not a technical guy. I've told them.
They must have liked your analytical and critical skills.
Yeah, that's all
reasoning skills.
Because everything in the world goes with logic.
Yeah.
It's all logic. You have to accept the logic either using your mind or your heart, but it's always logic.
If you have to give a proportion to both, what proportion you use for the world and what proportion you use for her?
Frankly speaking, 99% of me is brain
For the world.
for everyone.
For everyone.
Yes, including herself.
Okay.
Because whenever she discusses any, concerns or anything, be it anything, आज रात को क्या खाना है? So I'll use my brain. No? It won't come from the heart. Heart से क्या आता है 1%? टेस्ट कैसा होना चाहिए?
वो अच्छा
टेस्ट तो brain ही बताता
नहीं बताता.
right? So that's how it is.
हाँ.
So 99% I always use my brain. Going through the treatments, I've always used my brain. I've screwed each doctor's life like anything.
Okay. Please tell me more. How?
Yeah, because when somebody tells me that we will induce this medicine, my question is what it does. What does it impact on? How much time does it stay effective? Is it a preventive medicine or a corrective medicine? Okay, these are certain things that I ask. And whenever I became kind of a male nurse for her as well. I used to change the drips myself. I knew the drop count, how many drops per minute you need to have, don't try this at home, please. Okay. That is what I did because I wanted to save time. Because when you're going with mediclaims, it usually take 3-4 hours for those TB approvals and everything. So I used to save that time. Till the time the medication doesn't complete, they do not give you a green flag to start with the TB processing. So that is what I used to do. But let me tell you, whenever the nurse used to take the second round, I used to ask her to confirm, is it right?
Or
Because I'm not a professional. I did it after like 2 or 3 weeks, continuously seeing how it is working.
yes.
And I am a good observer.
First
Kind of.
observation and then
Yeah. I'm a good observer.
observe it yourself. Okay.
I have a photographic memory. I recall each thing step by step what that person did. Okay. So, and even my mother was in hospital. We got her discharged, last week. I was changing the drips for her. So now I've learned it. I won't forget it. Right? My father used to take काम सीख के ना छोड़ दो करना नहीं है जरूरत पड़ेगी ना तो खुद कर लो